Have you ever seen a chicken without feathers on its neck? Get ready to meet a fascinating and peculiar bird that's winning over chicken coops around the world, especially in Latin America. Today I present to you the amazing naked neck chicken, a breed with an intriguing history and unique characteristics that make it stand out from the crowd. If you're curious about this marvel of poultry farming, want to know what it's called in your region, or simply love unusual birds, this video is for you. Don't forget to leave us a like and share it with other bird enthusiasts. The mystery of the naked neck is about to be revealed. The naked neck, or scalped neck chicken, is a breed of chicken that naturally lacks feathers on its neck, genetically speaking, as you can clearly see in the following images. It is best known as the Transylvanian naked neck due to its place of origin. It is also known as Turken and Pirocco in various countries. This variety of chicken originated in Transylvania, as I mentioned earlier, especially in the region of Romania, and it also developed in a large part of Germany. The name Turken arose from the mistaken idea that the bird is a hybrid of a chicken and a domestic turkey. Naked necks are quite common in Europe and South America today, but they are rare to see in North America. This naked neck trait is controlled by a dominant gene, which is quite easy to introduce into other breeds to form hybrids with these characteristics. However, as the name itself indicates, these will be hybrids rather than true naked necks, which is one of the breeds recognized by the American Poultry Association since 1965. According to its history, it was introduced to Great Britain in the 1920s, and from there to much of the world. There is another variety of naked neck chicken, a little different from the one we know, which we will see later. For this reason, be sure to watch until the end of the video and learn all about this spectacular bird. Despite its very unusual appearance, the breed is not particularly known as a show bird, but it is a chicken used as a dual-purpose breed, as they usually lay a respectable number of eggs of various colors, depending on the other variety with which they are crossed. But in the pure breed, the eggs should be light brown. In terms of egg production, while they do not reach the levels of specialized layers like the leghorn, their laying of 150 to 180 eggs per year in the first cycle is comparable to many popular dual-purpose breeds. This breed is considered desirable for meat production because they require less plucking at slaughter and have a meaty body. The quality of their meat is often described as tender and flavorful, similar to that of other medium-growth dual-purpose breeds. They are good foragers in open ranges and immune to most common diseases in other chicken breeds. This breed is also reasonably cold hardy, despite its lack of feathers. This hardiness is partly due to thicker skin and a greater amount of subcutaneous fat that provides them with additional insulation. Naked neck roosters usually have a single comb, and the neck and head often turn a bright red color due to increased sun exposure. This breed has approximately half the feathers compared to other common chicken breeds, which makes it resistant to warm climates and easier to pluck at slaughter. The variety of colors of the pure breed most recognized include black, white, red, and blue, among others. Other less common but recognized colorations in some standards include buff, ash, and ermine. Let's learn more about the traits of the naked neck. The Transylvanian naked neck is the result of a random genetic mutation that causes the overproduction of a molecule that blocks feather growth on the bird's neck. The neck trait that characterizes this breed is controlled by a dominant gene located near the middle of chromosome 3. Since this gene is dominant, individuals who are homozygous dominant will exhibit an almost total absence of feathers on the neck, while heterozygous individuals will exhibit a significant reduction, although with some finer feathers or down scattered. Breeders of these breeds must be homozygous dominant to ensure that all their offspring inherit the complete naked neck trait, and all individuals of the recognized breeds must also be so. Chicks that result from crossing with other varieties and inherit the recessive gene will not exhibit any feather growth characteristics on the neck, revealing the mutation. These individuals would be unable to pass this trait on to their offspring, almost completely losing this gene. It is interesting to know that this mutation first arose in a domestic chicken in northern Romania hundreds of years ago. Their introduction to other parts of the world occurred mainly through the exchange of birds between breeders and the growing popularity of rustic and adaptable breeds. Scientific studies have indicated that the naked neck gene improves breast size in broiler chickens and reduces heat stress in laying hens, thus giving better performance. Furthermore, in tropical climates, if we raise broiler chickens with the naked neck trait, it will reduce their body temperature, making it lower and using that energy for greater body weight gain, improving feed conversion compared to common broiler chickens. This adaptability to heat is also observed in their behavior, showing greater activity during the cooler hours of the day. Unlike most genetic mutations, which are generally bad for animals, the reduction of feathers in the naked neck chicken has increased its popularity worldwide. Chickens of these breeds usually begin laying between 5.5 to 6 months of age. Hens typically lay once every 2 or 3 days, unlike laying hens that do so daily. Egg production in the first year is 180 eggs, in the second year 150 eggs, with a weight of 55 to 60 grams and a base shell. Roosters weigh between 3 to 3.5 kilograms, 6.6 to 7.7 pounds, and hens between 2 to 2.5 kilograms, 4.4 to 5.5 pounds. The survival rate of young animals is 94% due to their high resistance. This breed has proven to be adaptable to a variety of environments, from cold and dry climates to warm and humid regions, although in extremely cold conditions they may require additional protection due to their reduced plumage. Let's talk about advantages and disadvantages. Among the advantages are 1. Calm temperament. They are generally docile and easy to handle birds, making them suitable for beginner breeders and for keeping in mixed environments with other birds. 2. Due to the characteristics of the breed, they are easier to pluck at slaughter. 3. The taste of the meat is very good and juicy. 4. This breed is not demanding in terms of food and daily maintenance. Among the disadvantages, the appearance of the bird can be conditionally attributed, as the featherless neck is not attractive for consumption, so not everyone wants to start with this breed in their coop. Additionally, in very cold climates, the lack of neck feathers can make them more susceptible to frostbite if proper precautions are not taken. Now let's talk about feeding. Naked necks are very simple in terms of feeding. Like other breeds, they need a balanced diet with a high content of cereals, tubers, clover, vegetables, meat and bone meal. The diet should include vegetables, eggshells, and chalk. It is good to add small portions of grit to the feed due to the peculiarities of the bird's digestion, especially if they are confined to an enclosed space. A properly balanced compound feed will provide the poultry body with all the necessary substances and micronutrition for egg and meat production. Due to the natural resistance of the breed, they can tolerate both cold and warm climates perfectly well, regardless of the peculiarities of their plumage. However, in the coop, the temperature should always be above 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. If you live in temperate regions, the optimal temperature should be approximately 12 to 15 degrees Celsius, 54 to 59 degrees Fahrenheit. There should be no drafts or humidity. Similarly, the chickens should be kept in a coop with a rice hull litter preferably, or any other material to keep the floor dry and thus avoid bacteriological diseases due to the animal's own waste. On the other hand, I want to tell you about the brooding instinct of these birds. Like any other Creole or backyard bird, they usually tend to sit on their eggs, and this breed is no exception, as they are good incubators and mothers. However, if we use a rooster, for example, of these breeds with a hen of another breed, the offspring may not inherit the brooding instinct as strongly defined. This is especially true if the cross is made with high-production hybrid hens, such as the Isa Brown. In these cases, the daughters will tend to lose the brooding instinct, just like their mothers from high-production lines, which makes the use of incubators necessary for reproduction. However, due to technological advances, incubators can be easily used for the reproduction of these hybrids. If what you want is to improve some broiler or laying hen breeds with this naked neck gene to make them more resistant to diseases. And finally, I want to tell you about the varieties of this breed that exist. On the one hand, we have the French naked neck, which does not have the tie feathers at the beginning of the neck. This is no longer as common. On the other hand, there is the Transylvania naked neck variety that I talked about today. This variety is the most common and has the tie feathers at the beginning of the neck. And finally, we have all the varieties of hybrids resulting from crosses of specialized breeds with a defined purpose, whether for egg production or simply backyard birds. In some regions, naked necks have also been used in crosses to improve resistance to local diseases in other breeds. To your success, fellow breeder. Until next time.